Yes, the Fiido Q1S electric scooter from Voro Motors is small, but it's also got a lot going for it, and it fits a wider range of riders than you'd think. Stick around so I can show you how.
Hey everyone, Micah here with Electrek, and today I'm reviewing this hilarious little Fiido seated electric scooter from Voro Motors. Let's check it out.
So yeah, let's start off with the obvious here. This thing is small. But that's probably because you're comparing it to an electric bicycle, which is what it looks like. But this isn't an e-bike, even though it shares the same seated form factor. Instead, it's an electric scooter since it sports foot pegs instead of pedals. That means as far as electric scooters go, it's actually got giant 12-inch wheels, large 160mm disc brakes, and a big ol' comfy padded seat. I'm 5'7" or 170 centimeters, and it feels great to me, though my 6 foot or 189 centimeter brother also rode it just fine. So all jokes aside, it's actually going to fit most riders. I would have preferred that they mount the foot pegs a bit further forward to give it more of a cruiser-style leg position, but otherwise it actually still fits so many different riders since you don't need to worry about optimal pedal position like on a bike. So now that we've passed the haha it's so small part of this review, let's talk shop. This is actually a highly utilitarian electric scooter with very decent performance. On the numbers side, it rocks a 500 watt peak geared rear hub motor for extra torque, and it gets a range of 20 miles or 32 kilometers from its 36 volt battery. The disc brakes are super powerful too. Here's what happened when I tried to do a stoppie and forgot how much lower the axles are on this thing compared to a typical e-bike. So yeah, you can pretty much stop on a dime. The only downside to the performance is that it comes with a restricted 15 mile per hour speed limit. If you're cruising around the city or the suburbs, that's probably fine. I mean, 15 miles an hour is the perfect speed for bike lanes. But I certainly wouldn't feel comfortable taking it on faster roads. This is a city-only ride in my opinion. Now let's talk utility. First of all, this tiny seated electric scooter has a ton of storage space. There's a 6-inch wide storage bag that takes up the entire center of the frame, plus you get an extra storage bag up front that's 9 inches in diameter and adds even more utility. And the handlebars even fold down, so it's pretty squat too, and it could fit in a trunk or a car back seat quite easily. At 20 kilos or 44 pounds, it's not even that heavy. And for the ultimate utility, you can even carry a passenger with the extra seat pad accessory, albeit you're going to need to put a size limit on your passenger. My 8-year-old nephew fits just fine, but my wife probably wouldn't, not that she would agree to test that. Oh, and I didn't even mention the best part. This thing is actually a full suspension scooter with a spring fork up front and an air shock in the rear. Obviously we're not talking long travel suspension here, but it's enough to help soak up bumps that the air-filled tires don't catch. So what does something like this cost? Well, it's priced at $899, which is pretty fair in my opinion. I'd love to see it go faster and then I'd say the price was a steal, but still, $899 is already on the low end for a full suspension electric scooter. When you add in the seated riding position and the cargo utility of the Fiido Q1S, plus the strong brakes, torquey motor, and fun little add-ons like this remote alarm system, that $899 starts to sound pretty reasonable actually. Plus, Voro Motors is known for their great service, so I'm happy with that price. All in all, I'd say that despite the scooter having a somewhat limited market due to its lower top speed, there are a ton of people out there that could actually make this into an awesome second car. If you're just running to the market for a few minutes to grab some eggs or milk or maybe headed to the coffee shop, why drive a 4,000-pound car? Instead, hop on a seated electric scooter like the Fiido Q1S. It's comfortable to ride with its lower center of gravity and full suspension, and it can ride pretty much anywhere a bike can go, making it a great city vehicle. Just don't expect to look like the coolest kid in school.
Thanks for watching everyone. We hope you enjoyed that review of the Fiido seated electric scooter from Voro Motors. If you did like the video, why don't you give it a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our future electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.
Now that I'm